Okay, get a glass, put 3 ice cubes in it, 2 fingers of Jack Daniels, top it off with Coca-Cola, set that to the side. Realize you didn't glue that on very well, and glue that on better. Now it's time to cut out this window. So grab the drill, and the battery's dead. But you have a backup battery, because 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So now you'll drill that battery's dead. Alright, get your knife, cut the window off camera so that your X-Acto knife cutting window technique remains secret. Alright, that's done. File it up a little bit to clean it and make it all uniform. We're going to make a windowsill out of a wide popsicle stick. Cut that to shape, put it in there. We forgot to make the inside trim. I don't remember what that's called. We'll call it a Valance. Cut your Valance out and squeeze it into place, and then you just want to fill all the excess area with glue. Remember now at this point that you forgot to glue in the windowsill, so go back and put some glue on that and put that in. Set that off to the side to dry, and we'll work on some other stuff. Well, no, put more glue in there. And then set it off to the side to dry. Alright, this is dry, and then you remember that you need to put a valance around there, and you need more to drink. No time for ice cubes. Take your 1-inch hole punch, take the leftover stovepipe piece to get your center diameter, cut that out. Make sure it fits, kind of force it on there so that it's tight. It'll be better in the long run. And then just cut this so that it looks like shingles. Glue it in place. And that works. Celebrate. Alright. Now, go get your best kitchen knife. Don't tell your wife. And begin carving your earth moat to the desired shape. That or the worst birthday cake ever. It's not fully carved yet. We'll do a little more shaping after the fact, but I want a flat bottom, sweaty, to have it sit. Work on more of the project. I want to carve that cave out a little more, so we got some room to work. And we're just going to skip ahead to a different step, switch gears altogether, and score the acrylic rod to break it into 3 equal sections. So you just score with a knife, your utility tool, and it should snap. It's not snapping. So go get that kitchen knife again. Look at that. Make 3 pieces, stick it in there tripod style. Stands up, looks like it's floating. In the dark, there's LEDs. Let's discuss that later. Gonna make a door right in the back of that cave. Just take another one of the wide popsicle sticks, cut the top off, so you just have enough left that looks like a door shape. Take that door, scratch it up with something, scissors or a knife, or in this case the end of a file, and don't make the lines too straight. Make sure they're up and down. Then it kind of looks like wood grain, you see, when it's painted and dry brushed. I think that'll really stand out. I've never really tried that before. We'll see. Got a little ring from a package like this. There are different sizes. You can use it for all kinds of things, and it's cheap. Cut a thin strip of cardstock. You're basically going to make that to be like a piece of metal banding that's riveted to the door that holds the metal ring. We'll open the metal ring a little bit, straighten it out. Take something round to kind of bend it around for the loop part in the banding that will hold the ring. Get some super glue. Super glue is the devil. Be careful. Who knows if the lid will even come off. Alright, it's good. It's viable super glue. You never know. Get a tooth. I usually use a toothpick to paint, basically. Alright, I guess that's done. Alright. I'm going to make some trim for this window. So if you push it up against the window enough that it makes an impression, and kind of just cut out around that impression, you have a delicate little some trim for the window. I'm going to shape it a little bit with sandpaper. You want to be careful. It's very thin. And it's delicate because you've already cut that archway. So just go in an up and down motion until it's the desired thickness. And damn it! Okay, what about this one? No, that's not going to work. In the trash, do I have an extra piece? Alright, just get a square. Fuck the archway. It's too delicate. Just get a square piece. Put a ton of glue on there. Spread it all over the place. the whole damn square on there. Tape the shit out of it. Set that off to the side. Clean up, go on to something else. Okay, LED tea light. I've used these tea lights in a lot of different projects, but I learned a really cool thing from Drunkens and Dragons. I'll put an annotation up here to link to his video. You can really easily lengthen the ends on the LED and trim down the base to be as small as you can get away with. It'll still hold the battery cap and hold the battery in place, but you can extend it and have the LED be, you know, a torch or further away if need be, like in this project. We'll get there. So I got a little rig here. You got some copper wire to extend it, some solder, some poster tack clipped to this board. You just put a little gap between the two wires, solder it up. You're going to want to do a shitty to mediocre job of soldering this together. It should look something like that. Because you're a shitty solderer, you're going to want to get some heat shrink, cut off a little piece, shove it over the solder, and shrink it up. That should help hold your crappy solder together, and it does. You're going to do the same to the other side. Now you got this thing, and when you touch the positive side to the positive and whatnot, it lights up. Keep the two ends apart because it might short out, or it might not. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to mark the positive by just balling up the end of it so that it stands out, and I can tell which is positive. Alright, now you can put it back into the base that you cut down so that you can still use the battery cap. The switch is gone. You don't have the switch anymore, but that's okay. Basically, putting the battery back in is what turns it on. Alright, this is dry, so we're going to carve out the archway now that it's already glued on, so you don't break it. Just kind of cut out towards the edge until you meet it, and then just carve out the window. Come back with a file, kind of clean it up. I forgot, I missed some filming. I shaped that into bricks a little bit around there, but we'll see that later. Alright, take two paper clips, straighten them out, cut them in half. We're going to make a railing for this balcony. So these are going to be the little, like, pythons that stick into the cliff that the rest of the railing is attached to. So straighten them out a little bit. Bend them in half around something round. I'm using a drill bit. And then just kind of twist them up so they have a twisted effect. I'm going to do that to all four of those pieces. It'll look something like this off camera. Yeah, like that. Alright. Now, that thinner copper wire that we used for the LED, I'm going to twist it up, twist it up, twist it up. Wait a minute. I've got this drill that I charged the battery for because it was dead when I needed it. So we use that to twist that wire. Make sure it's plenty long. That's way more than you need. I doubled it back on itself. Well, that's the first twist. Doubled it back on itself. Twisted it a second time. Now, you can plant all the pythons and run the wire through. And you got a railing. See you next time.